Hi, welcome to Markets of Sunshine. I'm Marcia, and in today's video we are going to be having a lot of fun, and we're going to do a variety of things today. So we're going to, first of all, I'm going to show you a budget-friendly way to get started with slow stitching. Second, we're going to take a trip to the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to see if I can put together a slow stitch kit supplies for just $5. And then lastly, I am going to talk about my collaboration, the series, Slow Stitching Sampler series here on my channel, and the Embrace Your Creativity Imperfections Challenge. It's such a long name, it just throws me every time I start to think about it. That's why I paused, because I'm like, what is the name again? I don't know why I made it such a difficult name, or why it's so difficult for me to remember it, but anyway. So let's get started with that first. And I really have been loving the growth here on my channel. And I have been really working hard on my channel probably since 2019. 2020 really was when I really started taking it more seriously and had more time on my hands, like everybody else did. And so, but I really wanted it to be more than just you listening to me. And even though I love teaching and you're learning from me, but I wanted it to be a community and participation. So in order to do that, so this year I came up with the Slow Stitching Sampler series, which is a year-long project of where we're going to be doing slow stitching and making a quilt. So you can make whatever you want, but that's what I'm making, and then you'll be able to see different techniques and maybe get an idea of jumping into the quilt making as well. Or if you just want to stay small with the slow stitch projects, that's fine too. And so that was one activity. And then another one, but again, that was you joining my Facebook group, Slow Stitching Samplers, and then being able to post your projects from things that you've seen me here make on my channel that inspired you. And then the next participation was actually with other makers. So I reached out, and a friend that her and I have been collaborating and gotten to be friends over the internet. We live in different states, so we haven't met in person yet. We've Zoomed together, so we talk to each other, you know, this way. And so then we've been wanting to do a collaboration on our channels together, so we came up with one, and that is the Slow Stitching Landscaping series that you're seeing us do here now on my channel. So I hope that you've been watching that and are enjoying that, and that you're picking up some different techniques and new techniques and styles with your slow stitching. And then the third one is right here in the community. So now this is my invitation to you, for you to participate here on my channel in this community. And by doing so, then it's going to help you be a part of something, and not to feel like you're not seen or heard, and not to feel lonely, because that's what I love about my channel. It makes me where I don't feel lonely. And the challenge was for you to send me a foundation piece, a slow stitch foundation piece that's 3 by 5. So it only has to measure 3 by 5 and have the backing, which is a piece of batting or felt, and then a foundation piece of fabric, solid fabric on top of that, and then just fabric and laces of whatever size you wanted to cut and send that would fill this in, and then pin them in place or stitch them in place with just like a long running stitch, or just pin them, either way, and then mail that to me, and I will finish it here on my channel. And then those will be kept to be used in a giveaway for active participants here on my channel. To be considered an active participant, You need to be a subscriber with a public account and commenting, liking, sharing my videos, and not necessarily just sitting in and participating in this challenge. Then, if you would like me to finish one of the pieces, then you send me 2 3x5 foundation pieces and then a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will finish one and keep for the giveaway and finish the other one and mail back to you. So that is now making a lot of fun. And then I will just mention your first name when you mail it in. So the first one I received was from Diane. Thank you, Diane. And then the second one I received was from Linda, and she's the other channel maker here that I am doing the collaboration with the landscape piece. So she sent the second piece, so I have to still do that. And but I'm really excited about this. So let's dive right in, and the first part is going to be about how to go around your house and collect items that you can use for your slow stitching. In today's video, I am going to share with you how you can get started in slow stitching with just items that you have around your house. Hi, I'm Marcia, and welcome to Markets of Sunshine. So this is a channel where you will learn money-saving ideas for your craft projects, ideas for beginners, and to be participating in a community so that you feel connected, not like you're all alone. And that's something that I really care deeply about, because I know how it feels to feel lonely, and I want other people to not to feel like that. So just always know you can turn me on, turn on the channel, and you can have Marcia right there with you, and you won't feel lonely. And believe me, I care about each and every one of you. I appreciate you being here, being a part of my community, and I hope that you will subscribe and that you will participate. So before we end the video, I will talk to you about ways that you can do that, and we can get to know each other. You get to know each other in the Facebook group, Slow Stitching Sampler, and just lots of fun ways here on my channel. So I wanted to show you items that you can pick up in your home. Go on a little scavenger hunt in your home for your slow stitch items. The first are clothing, cotton t-shirts, cotton shirts, and then we deconstruct them by cutting along the seam line. So you cut around the armpit at the seam, the neckline at the seam. So that is the first way, is go through and get your old t-shirts out. The second way are scarves and handkerchiefs. Maybe your husband, you, your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, your aunts, your uncles. That's my second tip, is to start asking friends, family, co-workers, neighbors, everyone, anyone you know. Let them know you're starting a sewing project, hobby, and you're needing help getting supplies. And if they're going to have anything they're going to take to the thrift store, throw away, might have stains on it, you can use those in your projects. This happens to be a silk scarf, but we can still use that in our slow stitching, and it would be beautiful. And look at the pattern on here. So I could cut this part out and use this patterned area, or I could cut and use the solid area. So that's another idea, is to go and look for scarves. The third idea is old pillowcases, linen, napkins, tablecloths. And this one is stained and just aged, marked, you know, but it's cotton. And so I already cut it open and cut down the seam. And this is a huge piece, at least like a half a yard of fabric, maybe even a yard of fabric. And on that pillowcase was this eyelet trim. So there I have eyelet trim right there already. And this can be utilized in a number of ways. So just this one large piece, I can use it in 5 different ways. First, by just cutting this top edge here off, that's one strip. Then this little decorative border strip here, that's 3, 2. This one here is 3. And then combine this first 2 rows, that's 4. And then combine this row, you see what I'm saying? And then use them all together. And then you could cut it in different sizes. So you could cut it just a little strip like this. You could cut just a little corner here. So there's so many ways that you can use your trim. So go through old slips that have lace on them, dresses, anything like that. Any shirts and garments that have any stitch work on them already. So this one here was a bit in my closet. I don't wear it. It was too big. And so again, I'm going to cut it and cut out this beautiful stitch work right here. And that will be utilized in a slow stitch project. Anything that has embroidery work on it already, and maybe even words. This is one of my old Disney shirts. I love Winnie the Pooh, but Tigger's my favorite. And so each of these words I could cut out, and then use them in a project. And these butterflies are embroidered, the flowers are embroidered, so I can just go through here, cut these out. I could fussy cut all the little flowers here, and just amazing right here in this one shirt. So many options that I would have available for me. And again, just cut it apart, starting at with a sharp pair of scissors. Okay, so these are my expensive scissors, but I wanted to show you this. Okay, these are the Junior Acme children's scissors. Okay, so we're gonna just take this pair. It's a little rougher. Okay, it takes a little bit more for me, but I mean, those work. And then here's another children's pair, but these are Fiskar. Wanted to see if I can cut through this. Okay, right here. I want to cut on this. Yep, just a little bit more, but very sharp. So even a children's pair of scissors, trying to get it off my fingers, will work. So if that's all you have, just work with what you have. And then other shirts that might have some kind of eyelet. So this one here, I already started deconstructing it. So it had eyelet on it. So each one of these sections, I mean, this is endless. And then it had a little ribbon on it, so I'm going to cut that off. And it has like a little ruffle. Where did I see the ruffle? Oh, here, inside. So here's like another little lace ruffle. So it has that lace, eyelet, and a ribbon right there in one piece. Then any of your husband's old shirts, your old shirts. And you know how when you buy something and it comes with those extra little buttons. We need buttons in slow stitching. So cut off the buttons off the inside of those garments. And I already cut these 2 off of this shirt. And so now I counted this shirt, the buttons on it. So the sleeves had 2 buttons each. Then down the front, I think was 9 buttons. The collar, there was one up here, the one on that end of the collar, the one on the back here, another one over here on this side. I mean, so right here, this one shirt had almost like 15 buttons right here just in one shirt. Okay, then thread. You're going to need thread, but go through your house already. You might have like maybe some small little sewing kit that you got for free or came in, you know, something. I can't remember how you get those now. It's been so long since I've had any, but I do remember that those, you can get them in things that are freebies somewhere. I don't know where it is. Is it at trade shows, wherever it was. But anyway, maybe different merchants, things like that might have something like that. Okay, but thread is another thing you're going to need. Your scissors. All right, and then again, things that are affordable that might just already be around your house, and zippers. We are going to do a video. My next video is going to be showing you how to use zippers with your slow stitching. Absolutely beautiful. I've made embellishments for my junk journals. I've made little journals with the zippers, and absolutely beautiful. You will love it. And okay, now the needle was the only item left that you would need, that I was trying to think how, if you didn't have a little sewing kit already around your house, you would have to buy a needle. And so unless, again, you could go ask, someone that that sews and see if they have any extra needles, if you couldn't afford one. But an embroidery needle is really useful, but if it's just a regular sewing needle, you're going to just be using regular sewing thread. But then the other item eventually that you would want to invest in is your embroidery thread. And for that, you will need an embroidery needle, because you generally want to use 3 strands of their 6 strands, but you would want to take it apart 3 and 3. So you need the embroidery eye, the embroidery needle with the bigger eye, so that you can get those through that. And then, okay, you could make yourself a pin cushion, and you would need a needle threader and a seam ripper and some pins for holding things into place. I was trying to think, oh yes, you can make a needle threader from a packaging material. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Didn't mean to stop so quickly about talking about how to make a needle threader out of packaging. And I was trying to remember maybe like some of the bread wrappers that have the plastic coated wire in them, and then some of the sandwich bag containers have a little package of the little plastic coated wires. Okay, so you can peel off the plastic and loop the wire around, and then get a piece of masking tape and tape around the bottom of the 2 points at the bottom, and then just kind of pinch it at the top, and you can make yourself a needle threader. We've done that in a pinch before, because a lot of times what happens to these needle threaders is this piece will eventually break off. So if you're pulling a thread and maybe the needle eye is too thin or something, and these do break quite often. And then the ones that have the metal end, those break very easily. This one is done pretty good. It hasn't broken. And so I also wanted to take you with me in this video to the dollar store, and let's see if we can put together a whole slow stitch kit for $5, because I'm hoping, because I know the dollar store is not $1 anymore for each item. So, and I have not been in the dollar store, which is a Dollar Tree around here in my area. I believe, because my husband goes, I think he told me it was $1.25 is what the prices are. So don't quote me on that yet. But I'm hoping that for $5, let's see if I can put together a slow stitch kit with items that I find at the Dollar Tree. So the first thing that I was thinking of is, let's see if they have embroidery needles. Let's see if they have a whole little sewing kit with the thread and the needles and the needle threader in a little kit for the $1.25. So right there, that would take care of 3 of our items on our list of what would we need for a slow stitch kit. Then second, I'm hoping that I can find a pair of scissors. Nice pair of scissors. I know they have nice scissors like this. Now this is Craft Smart. So, and I don't remember if I got these at Michael's or if these are from the dollar store. So when I get over there, we'll find out. And third, fabric. I know they have fabric. I thought my husband had purchased some for me there one time, but I don't remember now what happened to that. But we're going to look for fabric. So that would be the third item. So that would be $3.75 if they're $1.25 each. And then any maybe lace or a linen napkin, something like that, that we could use as our foundation piece. And if I can find them, I don't know if they come in a package of 2 or 3 or something like that, or if it's just going to be an individual one. And then if there's any that have crochet on them or embroidery on them already, any kind of a extra bonus, not just a solid piece. So that's my hope. Okay, so that would be the 4th item. And then, so that's already going to be, that's pushing our $5 right there. So it would be probably what, $4.75 plus tax. And I think it's 7% tax where I live. So I think that would probably use up our $5. So four items. But if I can find the little sewing kit with embroidery needles, that's the biggest, that would be my really big win. And then the scissors, because then you would have your thread, your needle threader, and a pair of scissors. And then the fabric, I mean, that's right there would be great. That's our starter thing. And then the foundation piece. Wouldn't that be exciting? I'm so excited. Okay, so just stay tuned. We're going to be going in just a few minutes. Okay, so finally got to the Dollar Tree, and I wanted to show you what I found to spend the $5 that I could possibly, if you're on a very extremely tight budget, that you could use. Okay, so the best scissors that I found were in the kitchen department. McCormick brand, all-purpose scissors. So we're going to see, will these cut fabric? Okay, next I found ribbon, and this was for me, the nicest fabric. I got a neutral so that we could use this as the foundation piece, and then I liked this ribbon. And then the sewing kit. So we're going to open it and see if it's anything that's worthwhile and that we could use. Okay, so that was the $5, the 4 items. And so now let me open these up and let's see what we can do with them. So here are a few other items that I found that might be possible options for you, but I am still leaning toward just getting items at the thrift store. Alright, so let's open up the little sewing kit. See what comes in it. And this I found at the checkout line on one of the aisles. It was not in the craft section. We looked up and down the craft section. No thread in the craft section, no needles, no buttons. There was beads, jewelry making things. Alright, let me open this without spilling it. Okay, it's taped. Okay, so we have safety pins, straight pins, buttons, but I do not see a sewing needle. No. Okay, so a few white buttons, very cheap. A few safety pins. Okay, so this, I mean, I don't even know. Okay. Okay, here's a little, oh my goodness, you can't even open them. Ah, they're so tight. Oh my word. No, you wouldn't be able to use those. Okay. Ah, so here's the needles. Okay. So out of this whole thing, maybe the thread, this is probably about the best deal so far. Okay, so black, green, gray, blue, white, and red, a small little paper measuring tape. Actually, I could probably use that in a junk journal craft. A plastic thimble, a needle threader, and these, remember I told you the ones that are metal like this will eventually break. So, but let's give it a whirl. Okay, I'm going to use the white thread, and there's not a whole lot on there. Put the buttons back in the little container with the thread, scissors. So my opinion, just keep that in mind, on this is that for the sewing kit, I wouldn't, I'm not ruling it out 100% right now. The scissors in the sewing kit are definitely useless if you can't even open them. And okay, more tape around the needle. Okay. Peeling off the tape. Okay, so now this is the opening, so I need to turn it to the top. Wow, is there more tape? Nope. It's hard to turn even, for goodness sake. Is there another opening so that I don't have to see you guys see me struggle with this silly thing? Okay, here we go. Now, trying to see which, okay, they kind of all look like, okay, no embroidery eye needles in here. Okay, this one, these in the middle. This one here is a little shorter. So, let's just try one on for size. Needle threader. See the eye of it. Okay. Can I get the needle threader through the eye? That's another question. I gotta pinch it. Get the thread. So what I'm gonna do is cut the items that I scavenged from my house, and then the foundation piece that I purchased today at the dollar store. Just got home about an hour ago. And it is blazing hot here in Central Florida. Whew. My goodness, I'm not looking forward to the summer. Okay. Try that again to get the knot in there. Okay. Now, okay. Needle is threaded. Put it in that fabric right there so I don't lose. Okay, open the ribbon. Here's the thread. Okay, so now let's just take, okay, this is a very thick, heavy cotton, so I don't think I want to put that on. This color, I'm not really keen on that at the moment for the project. Okay, I do want to take a little bit of this. Okay, so now let's test out these scissors. Just see how, okay, this is a little, okay, so probably okay for paper, plastic bags that you're going to open, you know, that kind of a thing, but definitely not adequate for cutting fabric. It would be very frustrating once you've had a really nice sharp pair of fabric scissors, but I mean it's okay in a pinch like this. But just to see with what you could get at the Dollar Tree, could you use it in your slow stitching? That's the purpose of this whole demonstration and the video. Then I will give you my opinion, my honest opinion. After I've been able to see if I can stitch. Just want to start with, get me some little pieces to work with. This is just by the seat of my pants. Design, okay, that creased on both ends, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so I'm just going to take this little piece here that's not folded over. Definitely dull for fabric. Okay. Forgot I had the pillowcase, so maybe I'll use this as a foundation. Okay, and then I'll incorporate some of this into the project. So let me switch gears there on that, and we're going to use the pillowcase as my foundation. And I'm sure there's always plenty of old pillowcases lying around in your closet. All right, so now let's work with just a smaller, not too small piece. Okay, so let me bring out my ruler. This is a 5-inch. If you hear a fan running, that's my oven with my lunch. Okay, now let's see here. So I have, okay, let's go with a 5 by 7-ish. Okay. Okay, now this thinner fabric, it's cutting it nice. The other thicker fabric, it was definitely not going smoothly like this is now, but this is really, okay, for really thin fabric like this, those scissors cut nicely. Okay, so I will up their star rating. You've come up a notch in your rating. Okay, now, this, I love this. I think all these colors right here that I pulled out and picked out and everything is all going to work out beautifully. Ooh, yeah. With the silk, ooh, it's like butter. Cut so easy. Alrighty. Put that little smackerel right there. Now, okay, the pink. The pink, oh no. I'm sorry, it just clashes too badly. I don't know, maybe the plaid, let me pull the plaid back in here. It might work out after all. Okay, so green with yellow, with beige, with white. And more this here. All right, let's just throw this in here and see, does it scream too much, or is it like somehow, possibly, by some stretch of the imagination, could I feel like I could possibly justify putting it on there? What do you think? I don't know. Even though I'm thinking maybe I might go back to this. Let's Add that in there. And that. Alright. Alright, let's see. Where can I get a piece? I already cut over here, so I don't really need a whole lot. Ooh, that's not easy. Okay. Get past that seam. Okay. Go about the edge of this pocket. And I'm going to cut across here. I hope you're seeing all that, but anyway. Oh, got it. Okay, so these are the pieces I'm going to use. And then we shall open up this. Been feeling under the weather for about 5 days now, so I'm trying to get on the other side of this. Tape it around my finger. Peel the rest of that label off. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even look to see how much fabric it was. It looks like is that a fat quarter? Now that I wadded it all up, where did I put it? Oh. There it is. Okay. Alright, let me see if I can. Crafter square. Yep, fat quarter, 18 by 21. Okay, doke. Okay, cool. So for $1.25, 100% cotton. Okay, doke. Alright, now, so let's start assembling this onto our little piece of 5 by 7. And one of the things that I was noticing that people would like to, beginners of slow stitching, hand stitching, would like to see more of is adding stitches to your project. So that is what I wanted to incorporate. Yeah, I don't think I like that, just that seam binding edge. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. Okay. And come in here with this, like this. Bring that over there. It's an uneven piece. Okay, go ahead and cut a strip of this. Alright, I think I'm going to cut this thicker edge off of the bottom. I can't see where the frame is, so I'm trying to keep it up here because I'm pretty sure that's in frame. It underneath of that. Okay. And then the piece from the Dollar Tree, I think I'll put it right here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut right on that fold line. Make it easier. They didn't really have a whole lot in the fabric, so it was like multiples of the same, thing, so it was like you were limited on what you could pick. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do, since this is already a thick fabric, I don't want to go, but I'm going to put this maybe under that. Let me just see. Okay, so I want to cut it right about here. I'm just wondering, do I want to cut it down more, or do I want to use it like underneath of it? So let me just cut a little bit off. I don't use this a lot with, I just eyeball it, but I like the mat, so I can line it up with one of the rows, and then I can lay my ruler on the line and then get my, and I'm going to show you, they did have other tools. I don't know how good they are. But since I was only wanting to spend the $5, and I didn't want to waste my money if you could buy a better quality item somewhere else, because remember, you always get what you pay for. And even if you're only paying $1.25, but you could have taken that money and used it better. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, I like this coming over that. I want to tuck this under here with all the other ones. Okay, he has to come over there. Okay. He can come down a little bit right to that edge. And that back up. Put that there. So that I'm getting that corner. All right, let's see these pens in here. We're just going to pin each of these sections into the back foundation. I think they'd give you at least 10 of these. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Here's another one. Trying to get it a little straighter. Goodness, they're not the sharpest things. That one's sharp. The other one's definitely dull. Okay. Alright, I had another one over here. me see. Okay, good. Okay, that's going to be good enough. All right, so I don't know how many pins are in there altogether, but maybe 10, 8 or 10. Definitely at least 10 safety pins. Okay, that one's not too bad. I might be able to settle for that on there. Okay. We're not ready for buttons yet. Now, I just want to do a running stitch. And heavens to Betsy, I would not torment myself by sewing this whole thing with these inferior needles. But let's just see. Okay. A running stitch is I will do just to, where is that? That's way too long. But I can feel that these needles are like bendable. It's wanting to bend on me. So they're, like I said, they're not top quality. But what do I expect for $1.25? Okay, so yes, in a pinch, okay, I would say that this would strictly be for if a button came off of your clothing and you needed to sew it back on, you know, you're at work or somewhere else like that, some kind of a gathering, then, but for your, you know, our sewing projects and what we're needing, no, this is not adequate. All right, so I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm gonna tie this off on the back and go eat my lunch, and then I will come back and we'll do some work with some high quality tools. But overall, I would say you would be spending your money better at the thrift store or waiting for sales and coupons at Hobby Lobby or somewhere like that. So, but definitely I wouldn't waste my money at the Dollar Tree for this. The fabric I do like. I would do it for that. The sewing kit is definitely a no. The ribbon, yes, I do like the ribbon. I like this feels nice. It's 3 yards. I do like that. Okay, and I like that cotton pattern. What else did we get? Oh, the scissors. Definitely just for kitchen scissors, opening packages, things of that nature, but definitely a no for your sewing. Oh, yeah, because the needles are so bendable, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't recommend the sewing kit. So what else did we get? Okay, so we had the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so okay, so that was my $5. So out of all of this, the ribbon I would keep, the fabric I would keep, these for the kitchen, and this is actually, I don't know, I think they used to have a better ones than this, even better quality. I can't remember what was the other. It says stainless steel plate, but anyway. So fabric, ribbon only, X on the no on the sewing kit, no on the scissors, and the only other scissors that they had were such a horrible joke that I said, no, I'm not even going to get that. So that's why I went to the kitchen department and thought, well, maybe that would be, you know, better. But clearly that's a no also. But I'm just playing around with this right now while I'm talking. All right, so I will get a bite to eat, and I will be back. I don't know if I'm going to put that on there or not. May not go. So I think I'm just going to work with this, adding some of the ribbon and practicing some stitches with you. Okay, so here is what I wound up being able to make with the clothing items that I found around my house. Cotton fabric, starting off with the pillowcase was the foundation, and then the trim on the pillowcase, the scarf, the t-shirt, the pair of pants, the fabric from the Dollar Tree, ribbon from the Dollar Tree, the other camisole top, and then I came in with some stitching, embroidery stitches, woven wheel, feather stitch, chain stitch, lazy daisy, some running stitches, and some just different fun stitches, French knots that I used up here. I kind of like just making my own stitches up as I go along. I don't go and look and see if that's an actual stitch or not. I just like to play and have fun. So that is the possibility of what you can do, but let me show you how you can take that to the next level when you buy a slow stitch kit. So when you get a slow stitch kit, this one is my vintage needlebook slow stitch kit, and it comes with all the supplies for you to make your own little needlebook, and then to have something completed and useful versus just these. Now you could make journal covers, decorative table runners, decor, wall hangings, pillows. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So I'm thinking that some of these that I've done just like this, I think I want to turn these into little pillows. So I'm going to start doing that. And then for the year, if you remember correctly, I started the slow stitching sampler series, and that was taking a kit a month, a slow stitch kit a month, whether you get it from me or you get it from somewhere else, or you just put your own together from your supplies and make a quilt block. And then at the end of the year, we're going to have a quilt, finished quilt project. So that is what I invite you to join in my Facebook group, Slow Stitching Sampler. And here on the channel, once a month was that series, and you've been seeing me introduce you to a new block every month. So when you join the Facebook group, that's what it's all about, is to use the kits that I'm introducing or your own materials and make a quilt block with me, and then we're going to put them all together by the end of the year and have a full-size quilt, versus just having these little individual pieces that you've been working on. Well, then what are you going to do with it? Now, you could also make a sampler quilt out of these if you design them the same size. So let's say you do an 8-inch block or a 10-inch block or a 12-inch block. That would be beautiful. So if you wanted to just do these little samplers, slow stitching samplers, and just do your own thing, but make them all the same size, you could do a quilt out of those by the end of the year as well. So it just is just to give you an idea. This is my Country Hen House Slow Stitch Kit. This is an order that's getting ready to go out. And this is the Folk Art Journal. So this is this here, and it comes with all the supplies you need to make this book here. And it's a really fun, cute book. And then I have my teapot embellishment. There's a teapot kit that you can make your own, but then I have this that I make separately as an option. It's an add-on option, and it's beaded, and some of them I have put a embroidery hoop pin cushion, but that option I've taken out for right now. So that just gives you a glimpse, a little glimmer of when you buy a kit, especially if it's something that you can complete and do something with. This is my pink soft stitch book where you can practice your slow stitching and also your embroidery stitches. I have one in purple and one in blue, but the pink is the most popular, but according, whatever your favorite colors are. And these are a lot of fun because you get to decorate the pages. This is quilting. Slow stitching is just the embroidery that you're using. So basically it's just piecing the fabric and lace pieces together. Put a pocket on this page. And this is a little flip. So, I mean, it's just the possibilities are endless of what you can do with these. And then this is a kit in my shop, and this is just all lace and a little heart piece here. You get the template to make the heart, this fabric, but everything else is just lace. Where most of the kits are always just fabrics. And then this is another page here that I'm going to be working on. I made that cute little girl here just to add some fun and more whimsical things to my pages. So I came up with this little girl image, very easy to do. Piece of felt for the round for the face, kind of like an oval. Made the little hat, put little yarn, embroidery thread for the hair, and I just did fun colors. I just used scraps, and a piece for the body for the dress, the arms, felt for the hands, had a little fabric background piece. Her hair this is all one long piece here of the embroidery thread, and then I stitched those together, and then I've pinned it to this page until I get ready to finish it. So I mean, this is what is the lovely thing about the book. And I have a video here on my channel showing you how to make this start to finish, starting with the cover, using the fabrics and laces that I put in the kit for you. This piece here comes with it as well. The whole foundation, the felt and batting pages or flannel pages, those are your choices. And then with the items that I send you, it's enough. And then you have to use your own items to fill the whole thing up. So I don't give you enough to fill up the entire book, but it's enough for you to make the cover. And then the foundation pages are for you to use your own supplies with to start decorating those. But I like having an idea in mind when I have working with the kit, with the supplies. So again, like with this, I might turn this into a little pillow, which I think I will do that. I have a lot of fiber fill, so I could use that. I don't have to buy a pillow form. And just, square up a little bit more here and there, and then turn this into a cute little pillow. And then I'm going to have just a little corner. I have a trunk in my bedroom. Maybe I'll put them on that. I have some little kids' chairs that were my daughter's when she was little. I might put them, start putting them there. I've got some baskets, but just to display. I don't want to just start filling up an area where you can't really appreciate them. So that's why I like to have something like this where there's going to be something you can see, or the quilt, or making a tabletop runner out of this, or a wall hanging, something. I don't know what it'd turn out to be. Maybe even a valance over the top of a curtain. Wouldn't that be pretty? That's an unusual, nothing I've ever heard anybody think to do. So how about measuring out a window, and then make enough of these and piece them together, and you'd have a nice cute little valance. You could use the dowel rod still and hang it up over the front top of the window with that. I might do that, so that you could, take it down, dust it off, because this is going to get dusty. Take it outside, dust it off a little bit with a soft paintbrush, get all the dust out, and then put it back up. So that might be an idea. I might do something like that. So that just came to my little mind when I was talking. So I like that idea. But anyway, so I hope you've enjoyed this series. And when you join the Facebook group, my group is showing you ideas, but participation. I've got several things that are going on, the Slow Stitching Sampler series, for you to come in and show your work. Anything that you've been inspired from my channel to make is what you're allowed to post. And then if you've purchased any of the kits, obviously, and put them together and want to share that. And then the 3x5 challenge that I mentioned, which I keep mentioning it and keep mentioning it because people join the group and then they say, now what's next? So joining in this challenge is so easy. You don't have to make anything. All you have to do is cut out the pieces and send it to me, and I put it together and make it, as you've seen me do in the first one that was sent in by Diane. So I will be working on the one that was sent in by Linda, and then I have another lady that's going to be sending one in. So please, this is such an easy challenge, and you can participate in this without any hesitation whatsoever. So thank you again for being here with me today. I hope this has inspired you, get you going, get you started with just items around your house. And I mean, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this video, and I would really like to hear back from you if you enjoyed it as well. So stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.